Hi and welcome to the latest Ancient Egypt news from the last week of February. The Egyptian Museum in Tahrir has completed the conservation and restoration work on the papyrus of the scribe User-Hat-Mes from the late period, as part of ongoing efforts to preserve the country's archaeological heritage according to international standards. Hisham El-Liti, Secretary-General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, the SCA, says the papyrus was transferred earlier in the day from its display case to the museum's Papyrus Conservation Laboratory. A specialized team carried out cleaning and restoration using up-to-date scientific methods aligned with globally recognized conservation charters before returning the artifact to its original display. The papyrus had shown signs of airborne fungal activity, which caused temporary discoloration in the form of small black spots. Such cases are common in organic materials like papyri and are routinely treated. The fungi, he noted, do not damage the structural or chemical integrity of the artifact and are not considered destructive microbiological infections. Dr. El-Liti confirmed that the official who failed to carry out scheduled periodic maintenance on the papyrus in a timely manner has been referred for investigation, in line with established conservation protocols. Meanwhile, Ali Abdel Halim, director of the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir, explained that some darker areas visible on the papyrus are not signs of mold, but rather original features resulting from aging and prolonged burial prior to its discovery. He reaffirmed the museum's commitment to safeguarding Egypt's cultural heritage and ensuring its preservation for future generations through continuous conservation and adherence to best international practices. Egypt's cabinet has approved the restoration and utilization of King Farouk's rest house in the Pyramids archaeological area. According to an official statement, the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities will contract a specialized company to carry out the restoration works and oversee the building's subsequent use. The project is intended to preserve the archaeological and artistic value of the structure while activating it as a cultural venue. The rest house will be repurposed as a center for displaying artworks and antiques. The envisioned programming includes collaborations with local and international galleries and exhibitions, positioning the site within broader cultural exchange networks. The building is located within the Pyramids Archaeological Zone, a protected heritage area. The Cabinet stated that the restoration will align conservation objectives with a defined end-use focused on public cultural display. A tour guide has been arrested after being caught on camera defacing a 4,000-year-old pyramid with chalk, causing outrage. The Egyptian guide had made a series of drawings on a block on one of the pyramids at the ancient site of Saqqara, near Cairo. Footage shows the guide being confronted moments after scribbling on the monument. The video was shared online on February the 22nd and gained almost 500,000 views. The video caption reads, "Today at Saqqara near the Pyramid of Unas, I came across a man, a tour guide for Russian tourists, drawing on the pyramid with chalk. When I politely told him that what he was doing was wrong, he asked me, 'Are you serious?' Honestly, I didn't know how to respond." The Egyptian Ministry of Interior launched an investigation after the chalk-wielding guide was referred to authorities. He was promptly arrested and confessed during questioning to making the marks, and has since been temporarily suspended from work. His chalk illustrations were removed by the Saqqara Antiquities Department. The guide apologized, saying it was his first day back at work in 4 years and that overexcitement led him to make an unforgivable mistake. He lives in the Bulak al-Dakrua area and is now facing legal proceedings. Local media report he could face a year or more in prison, plus a fine of up to £500,000 Egyptian pounds if convicted of damaging an antiquity. Archaeology experts warned that chemicals in chalk can react with limestone and granite, potentially causing surface erosion. The tour guide syndicate stressed that its members take great care in preserving monuments and described the incident as an isolated mistake. The Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, represented by the Grand Egyptian Museum, the GEM, has officially launched the History Protectors at the GEM initiative, tagged #OurGEM. The campaign aims to raise awareness regarding museum etiquette and encourage responsible behavior among visitors to ensure a world-class cultural experience. The initiative serves as an expansion of the Code of Conduct introduced last December, which established a framework of values and practices designed to enhance the quality of the museum experience. Mr. Sherifati, Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, emphasized that visiting the GEM is more than just a tour. It's a cultural and civilized experience that reflects the global significance of Egyptian heritage. He noted that the initiative frames museum etiquette as a collective responsibility and a civilized value rooted in Egyptian history rather than a mere set of restrictive instructions. The minister added that the GEM was designed to be a space for meaningful connection with Egypt's ancient legacy. He stressed that History Protectors reflects the management's commitment to maintaining a high-quality environment for all visitors by fostering a sense of shared guardianship over cultural sites. Dr. Ahmed Ghanim, CEO of the Grand Egyptian Museum, explained that the initiative encourages simple, globally recognized behaviors that protect both visitors and artifacts. Key guidelines include mutual respect between visitors and museum staff, strict adherence to safety instructions, refraining from touching artifacts or display cases, and prohibiting flash photography and the entry of food and drinks into galleries. Dr. Ghanim highlighted that the initiative draws inspiration from the ancient Egyptian concept of Ma'at, representing balance, harmony, and responsibility. By doing so, the campaign represents modern museum etiquette as a contemporary extension of deeply rooted Egyptian heritage. To ensure widespread impact, the GEM plans to promote the initiative through a variety of channels, including media platforms and digital content, on-site signage through the museum, and educational programs in collaboration with institutional partners. And finally, an Egyptian archaeological mission affiliated with the Supreme Council of Antiquities, the SCA, and the Zahi Hawass Foundation for Heritage and Antiquities has uncovered a cache of painted wooden coffins containing mummies, along with a group of rare papyri dating to the Third Intermediate Period. The discovery was made during excavation work in the southwestern corner of the courtyard of the Tomb of Seneb in the Kurna area on Luxor's west bank. Mr. Fati, Minister of TNA, described the find as a significant addition to Egypt's growing record of major archaeological discoveries. He said the excavation reflects the state's continued support for archaeological research under a comprehensive strategy aimed at preserving cultural heritage and highlighting its civilizational and human values. The minister added that the ministry places strong emphasis on the scientific study and conservation accompanying such discoveries to ensure their preservation in line with the highest international standards. The artifacts will eventually be displayed in a manner befitting the grandeur of the ancient Egyptian civilization, further boosting cultural tourism, particularly in Luxor, often described as the open-air museum of human heritage. Zahi Hawass, former Minister of Antiquities and head of the mission, described the discovery as exceptional, saying it sheds new light on the Third Intermediate Period and provides valuable new insights into this era. Excavations revealed a rock-cut rectangular chamber used as a funerary storage facility. Inside, archaeologists found 22 painted wooden coffins arranged in multiple layers, reflecting a carefully organized layout. The ancient Egyptians had stacked the coffins in 10 horizontal rows, separating lids from bases to maximize the chamber's capacity. The mission also uncovered a collection of pottery vessels believed to have been used to store materials associated with the mummification process. Dr. Hisham El-Lithi of the SCA said researchers are working to unravel the mystery of the cache and determine the identities of its occupants. Most of the coffins bear professional titles rather than personal names, with the most common being Chanter or Chantress of Amun, opening new avenues for studying the class of temple singers and religious chanters during the period. Due to the fragile condition of the wood, the restoration team carried out urgent conservation work, including reinforcing deteriorated fibers, stabilizing weakened layers of painted plaster, and conducting delicate mechanical cleaning to remove deposits without affecting the vibrant original colors. Each piece was fully documented through photographic and architectural recording before being transferred to storage. According to Afi Rahim, field director of the mission, the cache dates to the Third Intermediate Period. Despite the absence of personal names, the presence of mummies inside the coffins makes the find particularly significant. Excavations are ongoing in an effort to locate the original tombs from which the coffins were relocated. 8 papyri were also discovered inside a large pottery jar, some still bearing their original clay seals. Varying in size, the papyri are considered a major informational treasure. Their contents will be revealed following the completion of restoration and translation work. And that's it for this week. This news podcast is brought to you by Ted Laux and GNT Tours. Ancient Egypt News is rated in the top 5 Egypt history podcasts according to feedspot.com. For 2026 tour dates, check out our website, gnttours.com. Follow us on social media. Thanks for listening to this episode. Please feel free to comment and share. Until next time, thanks again. Cheers. Bye-bye.